My name is Ayo Adebayo, popularly known as Haywhy De Rhymer, Professor Rhymes. From Kogi State, the best state in Nigeria. By God's grace, I'm married. I got married 8 years ago, so I'm not single and I'm not searching. I'm an indigenous spoken word artist. I'll be telling you my Abujawaka story.
Vox Pop, interview, lifestyle, entertainment. Vox Pop.
My own Abujawaka story may not be too conventional because I was in Port Harcourt doing what I was calling to do, and I was thinking of relocating. Then I was still single. I was actually thinking of relocating to Lagos. In the process, I met a beautiful young woman, and somehow we got married. And to the glory of God, she is based in Abuja, working in Abuja, and to an extent, she's established in Abuja. And because I've been thinking of leaving Port Harcourt for either Lagos or I was just thinking something was telling me that it's high time I left Port Harcourt for a greener pasture. And since my wife is based in Abuja, well established in Abuja, let me say I had no choice, but instead of Lagos, I decided to join her in Abuja. Since relocation, I moved to Abuja, and just based on what I said, I didn't really have much challenge with accommodation because already my wife, newly wedded, we got married December 2012. So after our honeymoon in Port Harcourt, we did the wedding here in Abuja. We went to Port Harcourt for honeymoon. Then January, I can say officially, January 2013, I moved with her officially to Abuja. During the process of our wedding and the rest, she is based in Abuja. The accommodation issue have been sorted out before we did our wedding in December. So I moved to Abuja officially January 2013, and it has been fun. It has been challenging, but thank God for God. Paul Ike Dairo said Abuja Ile Obe. Ile Obe means Abuja is full of substance. Obe, soup, better soup there, Abuja. It has been fun. Though a bit challenging, especially to some of us that are fully into entertainment, because entertainment in Abuja is not there yet. We are still floating.
This not my story.
Okay, one of the challenges I had when I moved to Abuja newly, I'm a spoken word artist, and generally in Nigeria, spoken word is still floating. That is the gospel truth. It has not been generally accepted like music or comedy. Comedy is there, music is there, but spoken word, we are still struggling to push it to limelight. So I had the same challenge when I came into Abuja, and especially with any atom of pride, when it comes to indigenous gospel spoken word in Nigeria, I'm like one of those who are championing it, who are leading it. So coming to Abuja, my brand was not easily accepted. 70 to 80% of my invitation, even up to now, I won't hide it, is still from outside Abuja. Ibadan, Lagos, Port Harcourt. I spent like 8 years in Port Harcourt, so by the grace of God, I'm well known and celebrated in Port Harcourt. So coming to Abuja, it's like my brand was not well accepted, well celebrated, so I still have to travel outside Abuja to go and do my thing, go and play away before bringing home. So I'm going outside Abuja to make money and spending it Abuja. So I'm not really, when I came in, making that money like others in Abuja. So I go out, make money, come to spend in Abuja. But it has been fun. God's grace is sustaining us, and we are still pushing.
This not my story.
Sincerely speaking, if not for marriage and if not because my wife is to an extent established, I don't want to use the word well established, yes, to an extent she's well established in Abuja, we thank God for that grace. I've been thinking of relocating. I wanted to move to Lagos. Just like I said, most of my invitation, 80%, even to 90% of my invitation outside Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan. So I'm not well celebrated in Abuja. I'm celebrated elsewhere. So somehow it's like it makes more sense if I go to where I'm well celebrated. But marriage, sometimes just to leave your family, leave your wife and your son, It has been a bit challenging, but I still believe very soon, that is the gospel, but very soon I'm going to leave Abuja, either for Canada, for America, or for...
This not my story.
I was born into an Anglican family, and there's a department in Anglican called Sunday School, which is the children department. So I was born into children department, and as we are growing, days of John 3:16 recitation, maybe during children harvest. But I just discovered that there was this gift about me. While other children are reciting maybe 2 verses, I can recite the whole chapter, like 20 verses. And during my recitation, there was a way people respond to me far better than other children. So I was growing. As I was growing, then the ability to write my own lines, my own verses, and I discovered I grew into it. I started right from childhood, and today the skill is paying the bill.
This not my story.
I know I won't die now. So if I die without producing my own movie, acting, I'm not fulfilled. And by the grace of God, 2021, watch out for my first movie. I was about shooting my first movie before COVID-19. I've even contacted people like Francis Duru, Tony Goodman, Larry Coswell. We've talked about the terms just for me to pay them. And we go to location. COVID-19 started March, April. And right now, as I'm talking, the money we save for shooting, then we spent it to survive COVID-19. But I'm trusting God to produce my own first movie by next year, 2021. And beyond that, I'm also trusting God to upgrade myself. There is always room for polishing. I want to upgrade myself, either New York Film Academy or Toronto Film School, so that I'll be a professional and also go into movie production.
This not my story.
In rhymes, sincerely speaking, I wouldn't say I have a mentor. When it comes to rhyme, when I started, I didn't really have anybody I look up to. But there is somebody that his creativity inspires me a lot. He's late Prince Gbenga Adeboye Funwotan Babao. May your soul rest in peace. That is my mentor. He's a creative performer. He's into performing art. What I do is beyond just rhyme. So performing art, I can call late Prince Gbenga Adeboye Funwotan my mentor and my role model. Then in entertainment generally, I'm not ashamed to say I respect AY. Not because of his comedy, not because, I'm not saying he's not creative in comedy, but because of what he's doing, how he's raising boys. I respect him. His business idea in comedy is second to none. Somebody I'm still trusting God, that is AY Life, to do a collabo with Infusion, maybe act with him or share stay with him. It's somebody I can call a role model, maybe not a mentor, because a mentor is somebody you have one-on-one close relationship with. I think AY is also a role model in the entertainment industry, so I celebrate him a lot.
This not my story.
The cheapest money I've been paid so far in Abuja, I think plenty, but there is one that really messed me up. I present with Love FM 104.5 Abuja, and a pastor in Lugbe heard me talk on radio and called me. I felt very bad. I won't forget that experience. In Lugbe, I stay in Kubwa, and begged me, man of God, I love what you are doing. Can you come and be a blessing to us on Sunday? And being who I am, I don't normally like to put money for. I see what I do as ministry. We didn't talk officially about money. But of course, I spell it out. I hope my transportation or will be given. He said, yes, sir, man of God, we are ready for that. And to my greatest surprise, I drove down to Lugbe from Kubwa after administration. And this pastor, he gave me an envelope. It's not polite to open the envelope in his way. So I thank him. We greeted. I entered my car. So I was driving on Airport Road, So still on steering because I needed money. At that period, I needed money badly. When you needed money, no food at home. So that excitement, I tried to open the envelope, and lo and behold, 50 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira. When I counted it, 1,000 naira. To be sincere, I felt very bad. I felt frustrated. I felt useless. I felt being used. But since there was no official agreement between both of us that you had to pay me just an amount, I just felt bad. And since that day, I just felt this man used me. And to be sincere, I felt bad that you didn't place value on my giftings and the rest. But that is one of the things, or that is one of the so many bad experiences we've had with some pastors. That is the gospel truth. And the other side, the biggest amount I've been paid in Abuja, I may not really remember, but Abuja specifically, but I know few churches have paid me some good money. But I've been to a wedding because I'm not just limited to church. I think there was a wedding. The woman invited me to come and perform, and I think I was paid 300,000 naira. That is in Abuja, the biggest money I've ever been paid in Abuja. But aside Abuja, I think, thank God for experience. I've been there 4 times, fantastic. Then Apostle Johnson Suleiman, God bless you, sir. The first time I climbed Apostle Johnson Suleiman's platform, he gave me 1 million naira. And up to now, that is the biggest honorarium I've ever received. I won't deny. I think the second time he gave me $1,000, the third time 400,000 naira, and so on and so on and so on. And of course, experience. I may not mention the money, but experience will be wonderful. 4 good times. You've also made us happy. More grace, Pastor Paul Adefarasin.
This not my story.
My experience with experience, let me put it that way, fantastic one. My first time in experience, like I think 6 years ago, 2014, if I'm not mistaken. I've been there 4 good times by God's grace. 2 weeks to that time, I remember I was online. I saw the advert, the publicity, and I was praying within me, God, when will I be in experience? I never knew that God has a good plan. I think a week to that experience, 2014, around 9 a.m., I can't forget. I was still on my bed with my laptop. Tawokuno sat on my bed, my laptop. My phone rang, unknown number. When I pick, I can't forget. Hello, is this Haywhy De Rhymer? I say yes. The person introduced a female voice. My name is Pastor Uche from House on the Rock, Lagos. You know, something kicked inside me, House on the Rock, Lagos. And before I knew, introduce ourselves, that our pastor, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, watched your video online. And we don't know if you'll be free to attend the experience. Guess what? Unconsciously, I say, Madam, please, even if I'm not free before, I'll be free now. You know, experience, it's a dream of every gospel artist. And that was it. I could also remember she was asking me how much. I said, Madam, whatever you pay me, it's good enough. You just give me the platform. And to the glory of God, the first time I appeared, I didn't mess up. God's grace saw me through. And I even remember that first year, after I ministered, when I went back to the backstage, they came to meet me that Pastor Paul said, we should bring you up stage again, which according to the organizer is uncommon. Because they have enough artists for Pastor Paul to say they should bring you again. So I thank God I went up again. I ministered. And the following year, 2015, I was also invited. I think after that, they paused for a year. But just in summary, I've been there 4 good times. And I was still trusting God that the grace of God upon us will still be there for them to bring us again and again. But to be sincere, it's an awesome experience to be in experience.
This not my story.
Apart from rhyming, spoken word, any other job I've done in Abuja, okay, I would say, you know, this COVID-19 has really exposed some of us to see beyond just honorarium. At the moment, maybe I should market myself. I'm trying to go into properties, you know. You want to buy a property, you know, I'm an agent, you know, a corporate agent. I think I've done that. Aside the fact that I work with Love FM as a presenter, a freelancer, of course, I freelance in Love FM as a presenter. I'm not into property.
This not my story.
My first driving experience in Abuja, it's not really bad. Abuja is not too complicated like Lagos. Abuja has good roads. I think that is one of the good things about Abuja. Fantastic roads. And just like I said, I started driving since 2000, year 2000. That is 20 years ago. So coming to Abuja, January 2013, that is 13 years good experience in driving. I was not a novice. I was not a learner. And thank God when I came in, my wife, Abuja based, she knows Abuja. She's been in Abuja for like 4 years before I came in. So initially, we started driving together. You know, she would sit by me, take this road. But more importantly, like I said, Abuja has good road, fantastic road, best road in Nigeria. So the driving experience was not that terrible. I really enjoyed driving in Abuja.
This not my story.
I've had funny experiences with VIO, police, and road safety in Abuja. But one thing that always saved me, which I thank God for, if you remember I mentioned it, I present with Love FM 104.5 Abuja. So I have the ID card, press. So, and to an extent, police, they respect press. I've had encounter with them 1 or 2 occasions that they wanted to mess up, but at the process, when you bring out your press, but I can't forget this terrible experience I had in Cuba. I was also coming from Love FM. My program is 8 p.m. So there was a lady I hosted. She also stays in Cuba. So I hosted her as a guest. So I wanted to go and drop her. So by the time I got to where to drop her, we were still talking. So I parked. Both of us were inside vehicle. So she has not drove. We're talking. This police van just parked in front of me. With gun, they came out. Before I knew what was happening, they started accusing that, what are we doing inside bus? Inside car, my car. Before I knew what was happening, they brought out gun that we should come out, that why are we kissing? They were accusing, they almost trying to. But at the end, like I said, when I brought out my ID card, explained where I was coming from, tried to verify. Initially, they even said I should try follow them. They are taking me to, police brutality. But we thank God, God saw me through that night. It was around 9 p.m. I escaped with my ID card and the rest. I was able to go free.
This not my story.
Yeah, aside Cuba, when I newly moved to Abuja, I stayed in Maitama, Panama Street, number 19. It was actually the house rent that pursued us. We were paying 1.5. Then when they increased it to 2 million naira and some other things, and there was no wisdom paying 2 million naira when you've not bought a land and developed it. So I would just talk with my wife. Why not we move to Cuba, a place that is a bit cheaper? This money, let's trust God for money. Why not we buy our own land and become a landlord? So I know Maitama very well. Panama Street, anywhere in Maitama, I think I know very well. Aside that, I think spending 8 good years in Abuja, I can talk about places like, if you want to go to Jabi, Utako, Asabi Jabi, Asabi Utako. And I think to an extent, I know Wuse well. My church used to be in Central Parish. That is Aminu Kano Christian, Wuse. So Asabi there, for 8 good years to drive there and the rest. So I can lose you in Abuja. I've missed my way in Abuja. When I newly came in, I won't lie to you. But thank God for Abuja. Abuja is a fantastic place, I still repeat, especially when it has to do with road network and driving alone. I've missed my way a few occasions. Even after a year that I moved to Abuja, I still move my way, especially in area like Gariki, all those Gariki. I never sabi, but now I don't sabi Gariki well. So, but thank God for Google Map. Sometimes when you miss your way, you try Google Map. And sometimes when you miss your way without even Google Map, by the time you drive, you just bust out in one corner. You say, this corner look familiar. And you drive, you trace your way back. Abuja is a fantastic place when it comes to road network. I can boldly say that.
This not my story.
Thank you so much. I believe you've enjoyed my Abujawaka story. That is how far God has helped us. We still continue, the story continue. So in case you want to relocate to Abuja, Abuja, I still repeat, Luobe, it's a good place to be, sincerely speaking. When you have money, you enjoy your money in Abuja. Security is there. But entertainment-wise, well, I'm not discouraging you, depending on your profession. Depending on what you do. But in Abuja, it's a land of opportunity. A single contact can transform your life. That is the truth. If you want to come, let God lead you. You can come to Abuja. And God is not leading you. Don't imitate anybody. Because Abuja can also frustrate you. You are free to come. You are free not to come. When you come, endeavor to contact us and we'll take you around. God bless you. And that is Haywhy De Rhymer, Professor Light.